I think you should totally avoid moving to Rancho Santa Margarita unless you can deal with these 5 things. As a longtime resident of Rancho Santa Margarita, I grew up there, went to high school there, had jobs there, my current real estate office is there, I've owned 2 properties there. So I have lived up and soaked up the Rancho Santa Margarita community. In fact, I'm just gonna be honest with you, I am biased. I love RSM. It is like my favorite place in the world. It's just a different lifestyle. If you've lived in Orange County, if you've visited here, it's a very different lifestyle than the surrounding areas. But I'm gonna tell you and be honest with you, there are 5 things that if you can't deal with these, this is not the place for you to call home and plant your feet. First of all is the weather. If you come to coastal California, coastal Orange County, like Dana Point, San Clemente, it's going to be 10 to 20 degrees cooler there than it is in Rancho Santa Margarita during the summer. We're more inland, we're at the base of a mountain, and the heat just kind of traps there. Okay, so it's a lot hotter there, and during the summertime, it can get 100 plus, whereas you really don't see that in the coastal cities or even cities like Aliso Viejo or Laguna Hills, maybe Laguna Hills, but it gets a lot hotter in Rancho Santa Margarita. So that's one thing you should not buy in Rancho Santa Margarita if you just can't deal with the heat. Personally, I grew up in a hotter area of California, so the heat doesn't bother me, but it does bother a lot of people, and you should know that. The second thing that you should avoid living in RSM if you can't deal with this is that it's really hard to get in and out. Because Rancho Santa Margarita is so inland, it's a destination community. People only come in or out if they live there. You do not go in and out of this area if you're just passing through. And there's only 2 roads, Rancho Santa Margarita Parkway and Antonio, that lead you out of it. So it takes a solid 10 to 15 minutes, depending on where you're at, to get out of the area. This can drive some people crazy because they like to be able to access the freeway quickly or get to the beach quickly. And I'm telling you, depending on where you land in RSM, it sometimes feels like it's a very long drive to get wherever you need to go. The third thing you might want to avoid is if you're looking for really diverse homes. Rancho Santa Margarita, built with a Spanish-style theme, has a master HOA that basically dictates kind of the cohesive look of the area, and it's very cookie cutter. If you are looking for an area that's a little bit more diverse, I would suggest areas like Costa Mesa or Laguna Hills or Laguna Niguel. You might get a little bit more diversity there. But if you come to Rancho Santa Margarita, you're gonna feel like almost all the homes are the same. I like the uniformity. I'm somebody who just likes patterns, and that's just how my brain works. But I know a lot of people who are like, no, I want something a little bit more creative, a little bit more lifestyle around it. So that's something to think about if you're considering moving here. The fourth thing you need to be able to handle if you're planning to move to Rancho Santa Margarita is the lack of small businesses. So what we see here is that because it's a destination community and only the people that live there shop there, we see businesses come and go quite consistently. And so small businesses have a really hard time surviving. So if you're thinking about moving here to start a restaurant or to start a bakery or to start a small business, you are gonna see that small businesses really struggle here. So I would pay careful attention to that, especially if you're planning to put your business here. You should have a good marketing strategy, and you should just be a world-class marketer, or else I would not suggest opening a business here or moving here for that purpose. And lastly, number 5, there is not a lot of nightlife here. Rancho Santa Margarita is a pretty sleepy town after 9 p.m. The police are very active. It is one of the safest cities in the entire state of California. And so if you are coming here looking for a place, maybe you're single and you want to have a little bit of nightlife and you want to search for a place where you can meet other people, this is one of those places where there's just not a lot of nightlife. So if that is important to you, I would suggest, again, areas like Costa Mesa, possibly Newport Beach, or other areas, maybe Anaheim, where there's just a little bit more happening, a little bit more fun. And this is a community where people have really settled, lots of families, and lots of outdoor activities, lots of wholesome stuff. So I just wouldn't say that this is the place where I would go if I was looking for that nightlife. Thank God I'm married now to the woman of my dreams, but this is not a place I would go if I was a single guy and I was looking to settle down with someone, right? Like, there's just not a lot happening here. It's a very peaceful, kind of settled down community. If you can't deal with those 5 things, I think you should avoid Rancho Santa Margarita as a place to live. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you appreciate this straightforward, to the point content, please click like and subscribe on this channel. Love to continue to give you informative and helpful content. Comment below if you live in Rancho Santa Margarita and you have some comments you want to put here, or if you just have some other questions about the area that maybe I can address in another video. Thank you so much for watching and being part of the Herd Homes community.